So welcome back, guys, and this is it. This is the big one, and I, for one, cannot wait to get into this match. It's finally happened, Redux. It's our first seed versus our second seed. It's Wamen Nagi 2.0 versus Washed Up Homies, and all the cards are on the table. Do or die time. We will see one of our top seeds fall out of the tournament in this best of three, and this is gonna be an amazing, amazing match to say the least.
I can't wait to see these two teams bring it. Bring out their best. Bring out all the funky strats that they got planning. I can't wait to see what they bring, and I'm excited for the map pick even. Like I want to see what's going on. Like I can't wait to see what's going on.
I can't wait to see what's going on either, and our players can't wait either. Wamen Nagi already picking that first map, which will be Lijiang Tower, our control map of the night. But first things first, let's look at that background between our two teams. Washed Up Homies with that 7-1, Wamen Nagi, with the 6-1 rather, Wamen Nagi with the 7-0. And you can't really believe that this match is all the way here in the lower bracket round number 2 Redux. This is a matchup that is deserving of the grand finals. This is a matchup that deserves a lot of recognition. And in all honesty, this is going to be absolutely huge because this really means one of our favorites coming into the tournament itself will be going down to, well, another favorite. And it's ridiculous how strong these two competitors are.
Yeah, either of these two teams could have been in the grand finals, but that one of those slots is booked by a certain other team, Team Cord. So
Guard.
this one, oh, this is where it all comes down. You know, who has the stronger mentality coming into this? Who's gonna have the stronger mentality coming out of this also? So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out who is going to be taking this one. That's for sure. Lijiang Tower, we already talked about it. But looking at the rosters of Wamen Nagi and Washed Up Homies, I think it's going to be a little more straightforward because Wamen Nagi is very comfortable in playing any kind of tank line. They're the ones who brought out the ball tech first, but they have a lovely Ryan Zarya to boot. Now, something to take note though is there is one very interesting missing member from both sides, and that is on the DPS. We saw a while ago from Watch the Homie, Cyanide is unable to play, so it's Kay and her amazing Pharah. But here for Wamen Nagi, this is really, really big. Timura is not playing, and it's Kronos in, and it makes sense on paper. Kronos is your Genji specialist. He is going to be very, very potent at getting those blades for the team. It's Vigilance hopping on in to also give that flexibility over Patty, but we all know the Timura show, and not having Timura right now might be a little questionable, to say the least.
It might be a mind game coming from Wamen Nagi actually. They might have been thinking at Watch of Homies, they're just prepping for tomorrow. They're ready to cancel the tomorrow show, make it the last season. But I don't know. Maybe this is either gonna be a curveball or a dud. We'll just have to see which it is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find out as we are gonna be betting into our first game on Lijiang Tower. It's all business here. It's all about the matchup. And our first seed and second seed are finally gonna be dueling, that's for sure. It's high time to make it happen. It's high time to see how this one's gonna unfold. And it's high time to get into Control Center to start things off. This is map 1 out of 3, and this is a matchup you will not want to miss. Who will move on to face off against Team Cakes tomorrow? Will it be Wamen Nagi or Washed Up Homies? We're finding all out as we get into the map. Seems like Control Center. It's always a stellar sight to see Mr. Redux. And on a map like this, hopefully we can get some actually loading on in. But it seems like it's more of the closer nature compared to Night Market, compared to Garden. And we'll be finding on that who can actually win at the brawl, to say the least. So it seems like a little bit of technical issues right there for Mr. Zom. So we'll be waiting on to get confirmation there from the side of Wamen Nagi of what's going on in the first place. But for now, it's just a situation wherein that Wamen Nagi, they need that tank player online.
Yeah, we didn't get to see Control Center in that last match actually, since it was 2-0. But we're gonna give it another go. Maybe we'll see it this time.
And hey, Control Center, I love seeing Control Center. It's one of those amazing, amazing maps to play on in the first place. Big shout out to Kebu for the sub there. But looking at a map like this, it really feels that for Wamen Nagi, wouldn't be surprised to see the Reinhardt there of Zom try and destroy everything and anything. Now on the other side though, for Washed Up Homies, it is a scenario wherein either tank player can flex over to that Reinhardt, but it's usually Ambi who's more comfortable on its lone in the meantime, also pretty comfortable at it, plays an aggressive style. And it really depends on what Washed Up Homies needs per se, I believe. It's also interesting because without the Mora and without Cyanide, we're gonna see a little more stable picks, maybe a Genji versus Afara coming into this game.
Yeah, this Arch Daniel Kronos duel, I don't know, like it seems to be a bit more flexible, even though Kronos is a Genji specialist. And in a map as dynamic as Lijiang Tower, I think that could really like, pay off. So I can kind of see the mentality that Wamen Nagi had going in, picking Kronos and Arch Daniel over tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really interesting to have your star player on the bench. But hey, things happen, and it seems like we are gonna be able to get ready to go. So all our players are loaded on in, and let's get into the match.
So we are in
Redux.
Control Center,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of Brawl City, so I'm thinking we're gonna see two Ryans coming out.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see something like that, that's for sure. Especially since when the Reinhardts climb up those stairs and they can just get the destruction on every single damn time. It is going to be Wamen Nagi though on the blue hand side. It's Washed Up Homies on the red. And we'll see who's going to be moving on to tomorrow's matchup instead, as it is going to be high time to get our first seed and second seed to duel. So, just to explain tomorrow's schedule, guys, it will be Cakes versus whoever wins this matchup. And whoever wins that matchup will be facing off Overwine in the lower bracket finals. After that one, though, it will be the grand finals of Meme Cord versus whoever wins all those matches on Friday. So, it's a whole week of Overwatch action in the New Wave Invitationals. As we get into the game, that grenade is just sticking on down. Seems like Arctaniel gonna be looking to play the Grenadier on Control Center.
I was expecting Zarya Ryan coming from Washed Up Homies, but Lone Roadhog gets cover pick and it worked last round, and they're still keeping on the momentum. So let's see how it goes for them.
Yeah, we'll see how this is going to pan out here for the side of Wamen Nagi, as they are going to be going to the high ground already. Lone in the meantime sticking around in the middle. There's a hook, and Abby with the first kill, cashing out Archangel Del immediately. Good start here for the side of Washed Up Homies. They are really keeping it on, and seems like the blessing of Ambi going to be all over the point right now. One more kill for Ambi. He's really trying to make sure that his new child is going to be proud of him, and that's his Wamen Nagi beaten on back. Washed Up Homies making sure that they take control of the point first.
Early Junkrat pick was so crucial since there's no way that Junkrat can set up anymore. And the step spam, like it was only a Genji that had reasonable damage to fight attacks, and now I don't know. Now they can't set the Junkrat. They're going for the Soldier 76 blade to counter the Pharah.
Yeah, interesting pick here from Arctaniel playing the Soldier 76. You'd be surprised to see the Soldier in this day and age maybe play that McCree or the Ashe instead. But I guess for his case, he wants that mobility. Coalescence though coming on through from Vigilance. One of the best Moiras in the scene, that's for sure. He's so quick at getting the beam every single time. And there we go right now with all those takedowns again. Wamen Nagi with one quick Kamehameha. It is going to be enough for them to turn on the script and flip it over. It seems like for Wamen Nagi, they get the team kill with one beautiful stroke.
Got so much value out of that one Coalescence, keeping up the dance and as well as pressuring the Ryan who was anti.
Ridiculous stuff from Wamen Nagi, and Kuz making it happen with the Ana. We're seeing a different bits of Wamen Nagi here, not playing the Lucian because Platy isn't in the roster. It's Vigilance showing that utility off with the Moira, can play the Mercy if need be as well. But in a scenario like this, Wamen Nagi gonna be backing on that lone right now, gonna go for that hook. There we go with the takedown though onto Fontrick. Kronos gonna be dueling against Freak, and it's gonna be Nanoblade versus Nanoblade into play. Freak though has gotten some kills so far. There we go with Lone going for the Whole Hog, but in the end, it's gonna be a better one there from Washed Up Homies, and they get the point back.
Anime versus anime, that's some anime fights right there. Double Nano Blade, and at the end of the day, Lone with the Whole Hog really manages to shut down Kronos. So now he's swapping to the McCree. We're seeing a double hit scan to go for the Fire Mercy. And I don't know, I think this is kind of risky. So they're leaving the Genji uncontested without that flashback.
What a push indeed. And high ground though being taken, die the McCree. Puncher in the meantime with the grab on third. Zombie gonna get on the board again, and one ultimate every single time for Wamen Nagi makes such a big difference. And this is why, guys, they are the first seed. They make sure that their lethality is absolutely on point. Wamen Nagi from above, Arctaniel getting free shots, and it's gonna be another flip here for the blue hand side. What a match we've had so far.
The part where the Fire pick starts to get a little dicey, because now these double hit scans are set up and in position to shut him down any angle he comes from. So we'll see how he plays it.
It's amazing how Wamen Nagi is just able to maximize the power of every single ultimate they have. They have Kronos on the McCree right now. They're looking to go for the duel against Freak there. Sundo has the nano boost and immediately watch the Omis. Who needs those ultimates because he can just go for the naked nano boost instead. K now flying on the ramp. Barrage gonna get let it rip. Oh, and over. And Funtrick and Vigilance both fall in the field of battle. This is Washed Up Homies taking control back. And it seems like the hands on this point have been flipped multiple times already in this round.
Thanks for the assist.
And each fight comes down to whoever dies first. Whoever dies first immediately has disadvantage. The other team pushes them so fast that they have to back up or just die on point.
Here go though with the Valkyrie. Ambi gonna go for the shatter there. And oh my god, stun onto two already. Absolute carnage. Vigilance gonna be getting that one down. Archdale trying to get the flag on, but it seems like for Wamen Nagi, there's no space to get back to the point.
Yeah, Washed Homies still hot from that last match they had. And you know, they're still keeping the ball rolling.
It's amazing. It's just amazing how well this team is absolutely doing it. And in a case like this, it really feels like that for the side of Washed Up Homies, they're really prepared for this Wednesday match.
That hammer doesn't look so heavy.
Like I thought the no Tamora and the double his cannon would catch him off guard, but no, I think they're prepared for this too.
They're
So
ready.
now they're going for a twist retreat.
It seems like it is going to be time for the McCree here to start things off on the side of Wamen Nagi. Meantime, Washed Up Homies gonna be going for that Genji and the Pharah. We'll be looking into the counter composition of Washed Up Homies, and they are going to be having these ultimates to bank on. But as we said before, it's quite risky to play it out, especially maybe against Washed Up against Wamen Nagi, and the potential to shut down any kind of antics from the other side.
You know, they're the one team for a reason. You can't sleep on them at all. No, at no point in the match, they can clutch down anytime.
Not the point
Maybe
to
not
go.
this time, maybe not this fight, but you know.
It can happen. It can happen. And Washed Up Homies gets to the point
Sorry,
first.
I cursed you.
Ah, Redux. You can't do this. You can't do this, mate, to our players as Blue goes for the resurrection onto I
Much
am.
power.
It's just, you know what? That much power is too much for one man. And in a case like this, Wamen Nagi is just trying to shake off that rust and get back into form. They suffered their first loss against Meme Court in the upper bracket yesterday, so they might be a little bit reeling. They have to perform though. This is their only chance now in the tournament to stay alive, and they do have the advantage of being the first seed, so they get these control picks every single time. Archdale though coming in from behind already. It is going to be high time for K to get a little down there, and Wamen Nagi just pushing forward with absolute strength and perseverance. Blade though from Hand of Freak, not gonna get that Mana Blade in time though, and Wamen Nagi just making sure they can clean up on the lone, and Sleep Darts doesn't connect. Oh, Nano Boost on the blue, and here we go yet again. What a shutdown there from the side of Washed Up Homies. They beat them back with the Hool Hog. It seems like the defense gonna be holding steadfast as Zombich will get taken down there.
Don't have an answer for low, who's just pushing them back all the time. The shatter gets cancelled out. There's a grab in, pulse, not gonna find anything.
Yeah, no kills whatsoever, and this is gonna be Funtrick right now sticking onto the corner, and even though we have Wamen Nagi still alive, they're just unable to push back to the point itself. Kuz gonna get another takedown there. K right now gonna get caught out by the McCree as well, and it's gonna be the Genji next on the list. Wamen Nagi 2.0 eventually making it happen, but the stall there from Washed Up Homies. Nano Mercy into the Rez. What a chain of events.
Yeah, I think that was just purely for stalling, and you know, it's paying off. That's 73%. That's a lot of time that they got in their hands. They can just play patient right now. On the other hand, they have two ultimate. Wamen Nagi has two ultimates coming up to Washed Up Homies 1. It's a Barrage versus a Shatter and a Deadeye. So McCree gonna be really important for this fight.
Along with a few right clicks here and there, we do see Ambi right now retreating yet again. And since the 5-strike does connect, we'll find out if the Reinhardt can get a little bit more out of that one. Kuz has gone down already. No Ana on the other side. Zombie's trying to get the shatter on, but will get blocked by Ambi. And it seems like Ambi is a man motivated to do better. Kronos has gotten two though, so this is a good chance here for Wamen Nagi to stabilize. But without that front line, it's not going to happen. It's another flip here for Washed Up Homies, and Ambi is really looking mighty fine in this match.
I think these off real picks with these fire strikes, dude. It's actually insane, like how much lethality his one fire strike has each round.
Ain't no rest for the wicked, that's for sure. And here we go again with Wamen Nagi desperate in this bush. They're trying to make the tracer work of Arcanael. He's coming in from the side already, but he gets caught by Lone, and what a read there from the Roadhog. Exactly at the right time. Gets the shutdown onto the flanker. There we go with the flashbang though from Kronos, but it's now for the blade. It's time for the barrage. And we were talking about this. If Wash Up Homies gets their tools ready to go, it's gonna be a clean sweep. And that's gonna be it. Washed Up Homies takes the first map away from Wamen Nagi, who is absolutely slumping here in the playoffs.
Pick potential coming from Lone and Abby on tanks is actually giving them such a big edge because it clears up so much space for the DPS to work with.
No stopping.
Yeah, it's really showing. Lone, well-deserved play of the game.
Absolutely incredible stuff, and it really just goes to show in a matchup like this, there is everything laid down on the line, and right now, Washed Up Homies is showing that they are the ones who have really prepared for this game.
And they're just playing right into their hands, actually. Like, with the current comp as it is, with Wamen Nagi's comp, you have to go so close into a Roadhog, of all things, with a Tracer and a McCree. That's not a lot of CQC damage besides the fan the hammer, actually. So, I don't know, they just have so many advantages over Wamen Nagi in that map, and it really showed how they played off it.
It's just them doing all they can and more, and it really feels like it's not just comfort, it's just that they're able to outclass their opponent, and now Wamen Nagi will be able to pick whatever the hybrid map they want from the map pool, but this is looking really bad, in all honesty, for Wamen Nagi. You'd expect a perfect run regular season to do great in the playoffs, but it seems like it seems like that this team is showing us a little bit of shades of NYXL. Strong regular season.
Sandbagging.
Sandbagging on the playoffs, unfortunately. And watch the Pomies in the meantime, just bringing in an amazing debut in the playoffs, because this is honestly their first day in.
They're looking quite strong. And I don't know. Like, playoffs, it could be anyone's game. I think they're going for... I think I see an Eichenwalde. Is that an Eichenwalde? I think that's an Eichenwalde. So, Reinhardt, they might be running Reinhardt. I don't know. I like Reinhardt in this map. And I think Funtrick or Zombich will succeed.
It seems like that matchup is so key every single time. When we do have the sides of Ambi as well as Zombich facing off, right? It feels like that Shatter War is just an incredible sight to behold. But so far, it has been Ambi actually winning it out as much as possible. He has been mighty incredible at getting these fire strikes. As you said, he's just bringing on the damage with those projectiles. And in a case like this, Wamen Nagi just needs to, play back to their usual style, play back to their usual strengths. And for now, it's just not panning out for them, to say the least.
Yeah. I'm surprised they are putting out tomorrow, though. Because, like, this could potentially be their last map. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about this one, Chief.
And Timura has been really the one at the head of the team, and in so many situations has been bailing them out with the Tomorrow Show. But it is now time to get into our second map. We have gotten everything ready, set, and going, and it seems like we are going to be getting a different map that we haven't seen so far into the playoffs itself. Exactly as what Mr. Redux has said, Wamen Nagi has decided to change things up and play something that hasn't been shown so far. And yeah, it's Washed Up Homies versus Wamen Nagi, map number 2 out of 3. See if our players are ready to go. I believe that they are good in this one, but all I can say in a scenario like this, it's really gonna be very difficult right now for Wamen. They're really at a situation that they haven't been in in long. I don't think they've ever experienced in the regular season. And what gives? What's the
Yeah.
plan now for Wamen Nagi?
I don't know. I've never seen them on the back end, so we don't know what they're gonna pull out. So I don't know. Will they play to their strengths or will they pull out something new? We'll just have to find out on Eichenwalde.
Yeah, we'll find out how this is gonna go as we get into our next game into this matchup. And it's been it's been terrible. So in terms of technical issues today, I think this is the first time it's ever happened consistently.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's also
That's
life.
2020.
That's 2020. So let's just go on into our next match. We are gonna be getting into Eichenwalde, and it seems all our players are ready to go. Let's get into the game. So welcome back, guys, and it's Washed Up Homies versus Wamen Nagi in our lower bracket round number 2, first seed versus second seed. But in a scenario like this, our first seed is not looking too good, to say the least. Anyway, though, seems like for Eichenwalde, it's a whole new world and more. We are going to be finding out and how this one is all going to be panning out. It's been a trying time today, that's for sure, but we will keep it on as much as possible. And Redux has been a great co-caster for us today to really bring in a little bit more. And if you guys are worried about how the VODs are going to be, don't worry. I'll work on fixing them up for after this one. I'll work on fixing them up for tomorrow, and they should be uploaded in a more proper way and in full when you see them in post. So don't worry about that. Well, all our games are going to be preserved, that's for sure. And here we go again with this game. Wash Up Homies on the defense with that Ryan Rodog. It's the same old comp here, Redux. And seems like they're just so comfortable playing this one out.
Well, on the other hand, Wamen Nagi pulling out the dive. We haven't seen it yet in this match. So, here we go.
And guys, it's not PLDT's issues, it's the OBS has crashed 3 times in this broadcast for all 3 matches, so it's really difficult so far. But Arcdano deciding to play the Echo. Now, this just proves to me that Wamen Nagi is really playing well at Tamura, because if you are gonna be playing the Echo, you would see that it's Tamura playing this flyer. It's usually Arc on the Pharah, but Arcdano is making it happen. Has gotten 2 kills so far, really good momentum here, and just looking a little more of the shade of Wamen Nagi that we are used to knowing. Kills abound here for the red hand side. They get those takedowns again and again. And Wamen Nagi just doing it to the best degree.
Yeah, that was fast and surgical. They focus the Roadhog. The Echo pulls out the E, and he's just deleted. He's deleted. I think they're really playing more for the Bio Grenade to finish off heroes, and then following up with the E. They're secure first round picks.
And there we go with the Sticky Bombs coming on through alone in the meantime with another takedown again. And here we go right now with Washed Up Homies trying to get the hell out of there, and more Blade though coming on through this time from Kronos. He's getting cut already, and this is Wamen Nagi trying to still stay on in this fight. But in essence, it's just looking a little too worse for wear so far. Lona's got another set of takedowns, and well, it's just so difficult right now for the side of Washed Up Homies to try and hold, because these kills are absolute momentum from Wamen Nagi's side.
Yeah, but even Mushroom Clouds have a silver lining. They're bleeding out a lot of ults coming from Wamen Nagi. They already committed the Blade without the Nano, by the way. So, I don't know, they only have two support ults and the Primal Rage to work with on the attacking end. While Washed Up Homies has a Nano Ryan Shatter and possibly a Nano Whole Hog.
There we go though with the hook. Shatter now coming up through. That's a big one there from Ambi. And he gets a nano boost on as well. Charge now will connect. And this is the Rhino trying to go for the brawl at the same time. Washed Up Homies finally holding steadfast with their tagline.
Very crucial that they secure this long choke point for the McCree. And yeah, they're gonna be Wamen Nagi swapping to the Hanzo to contest the high ground as well as the sideline. And I don't know, like as long as they keep control, Washed Up Homies should have this area.
Oh my god.
No problem.
What?
But that's a beautiful pick.
What a snipe from Kronos also, as that Lone has to back all the way, leap on in right now though from Zombies trying to get on through to the other side, and Freak will also get another takedown to boots. The Reaper has gotten 2 so far, and Washed Up Homies trying to tear. He's just really getting into the thick of things, but Zombitch with a big Primal Rage, he is just going for a shot after shot yet again. And it seems like here for the side of Wamen Nagi that they are on point still in this fight.
Still an essentially dry push coming from dry hold actually coming from Washed Up Homies, bleeding out the Valkyrie as well as the Nano and the Primal Range. So they can still contest this. They're throwing out the bomb, but it's not gonna find much in the left side.
Patrick trying to make it happen, and it is going to be time now for the Death Blossom from Freak instead. Going for the spin around. Archdaniel going to get another takedown on the board. And Wamen Nagi 2.0 trying to tear house here. Here comes Archdaniel though, turning into the McCree instead. Going for another shot onto the Roadhog. And Wamen Nagi getting the second point on the board.
Yeah. So although they're kind of getting rolled, they're still able to preserve some momentum and not let them get too fast by playing out these ults like one at a time, you know? So they can't just immediately stop this last point here.
No stopping, no popping, and there is no reprieves whatsoever. Wamen Nagi right now still in this fight, that's for sure. And they are going to be going through the corner already. Ambi and Londo out in front. There we go with the hook catching out Arc. And this time the Echo is going to get caught out there. Hulhog now coming on through from Lone as well. And Watch Up Homies deciding to just push forward with that advantage. Shatter now getting onto 4 so far. And this is Washed Up Homies. Again with a big one from Ambi.
Another time for good measure, but that was kind of unnecessary. Like, they were already backing up. They were like, all right, man, you win this fight. We're giving it the point. But these little shatters anyway, just to like send a message, I guess.
Yeah.
And that could really hurt them coming into this, because now they're coming up on a Winslow Primal Rage with no one to stop him.
The Shatter is used up, as you said, and that Primal Rage has been pretty potent so far. But early on, it was Wamen Nagi playing to the environment. They made sure that the bridge was going to be somewhere good. Funtrick though with the micro missiles. Here we go now with the Valkyrie from Vigilance. And Wamen Nagi deciding to use that chain healing to the best degree. Arctainer though to the left-hand side. Again, K in the meantime with that Deadeye. And this McCree right now zipping on along as much as possible. Lone also going to get the kill there. Here comes the Primal Rage right now from Zombies trying to tear house. But Wamen Nagi is going to get beaten back again. Their composition can't really maneuver too much here on the inside.
Yeah, well, now they gotta slow down. Now they just gotta wait for the Genji ult to come online, and that's already their win condition. On the other hand, Washington already has a Brig ult coming, Brig ult ready to be used, as well as that Shatter. He built it so fast in that exchange, so like that last Shatter didn't even matter, dude.
Seems like it is gonna be a fast one there from Ambi, that's for
flank.
sure. He's looking for
Some
all
flank
of that one, and Ambi coming on through from the side gets the Shatter on! The Diva will be to the floor, Firestrike will connect again, and Ambi has been going bowling so far in this match. It's Ambi and Sun getting a set of takedowns there, swinging on in, catches out Funtrick as well, and Washed Up Homies is really making sure that they are making a name for themselves here in the lower bracket, and as Kronos gets the deflect onto Ambi, at least with a Deadeye, it's Wamen Nagi right now trying to turn the momentum with the chain of kills. Kronos does bring in the time and the crime. He has to go for the deflect though against that Hulhog, and that's going to be the Brigitte of Sun pushing forward instead. Lone and Freak though with those kills, a little bit of stabilization here for the defense so far.
Yeah, that dead pick on the Ryan could have been round ending, dude. Like, they could have lost the defense right then and there, but luckily they were able to stop the Nano Blade from getting too far. Bombs out, not gonna get much.
Yeah,
Beyblade, gets
Beyblade.
left.
Zeb Blossom doesn't get too much there. Here comes the Nano Reinhardt though again. And this is time for Zombich to run rampant. Wamen Nagi not giving up on this fight whatsoever. They're going for the brawl again onto that Genji. And here we go one more time with a little bit of the push. One more go. Freak though catching out Zombich there. The Reaper so strong in CQC. And Washed Up Homies has decided to play the Road Dogg and the Reaper. You know, anyone who's close is going to get torn apart immediately and cut into ribbons.
Yeah, now that the Nano Blade didn't work, Wamen Nagi, now's your chance. Do or die. Do you stick to this comp and commit to the Nano Blade, or will you swap something out? I think they're gonna stick to the Nano Blade, but the Nano's gonna be way late.
Maybe a
I
blade
think they
here.
have to go for a Dry Blade.
Yeah, a Hero Blade
Probably
from
gonna be a
Kronos. It has to be the case if they want to make some momentum here. They can win it out though for Kuz. One big Bio Grenade can be absolutely huge as well. Firestrike right now gonna get deflected. So for Wamen Nagi, they're just trying to find a little bit of an opening here. Coalescence though, huge one there from Ambi, another big Shatter. And even though this is going to be clean up from Washed Up Homies, they use both support ultimates. And Wamen Nagi can't be happy about, well, this reset, because they will have time to farm up that Nano Boost and go for the win with that Blade.
Really insane in the membrane play from Ambi there. Shutting down 3 people, allowing the team to clean up. And that just won the fight right there. But now they gotta worry about this Nano Blade coming in, as well as the duplication from Echo and a Valkyrie. So it's a 4 ult fight coming in for Wamen Nagi, and they've only got a Hulog and a Deadeye to counter it.
And it seems like here on the right hand side, the Road Dogg still keeping it on. Blade gonna be there also. Kronos has gotten one so far. Make that 2. And Wamen Nagi 2.0 finally opening it up to the best degree. Arctainer also turning into the Reaper to get that Blood Blossom on. But this is just Sun right now all alone. The Brigitte trying to fight for her life. Wamen Nagi in the meantime pushing forward all the way till the end. And the throne room is seeing absolute carnage so far. Kronos has gotten one though, because also on the board. This Ana getting the snipes on from the side. But here comes Lone right now, as well as Ambi charging on through. The Reinhardt though quite low already. Self-destruct right now from Fontrick though to make a difference. And it is going to be putting Lone in a really bad spot. That Blossom though huge from Freak. He has gotten 2 so far. Zombich in the meantime still staying on. And this is going to be a little bit of the push here from Wamen Nagi. They get rid of Sun. That's a big target in CQC. Next is going to be K. And that's going to be all right there for Wamen Nagi. They finish up the map with 3 points in the bag.
you're watching homies right now, you can't help but think like maybe we shouldn't have gone too far with those ults, because that was a 4-2 fight, and none of the ults on their side were game winning besides a whole hog like getting either insane damage or insane CC on the Genji Nanoblade. But they weren't able to pull it off, so like I don't know. I think that was their Achilles heel. That was their big mistake.
It was a good effort nonetheless, though, for Washed Up Homies, and I did like how they played that Reinhardt and the Roadhog on the inside with, of course, the Reaper to boots. It seems like they really just had such a very, very strong damage components in CQC, and in a scenario like this for Washed Up Homies, at least they make sure that there is no time back on the bag. So this is very winnable here for Washed Up Homies. Wamen Nagi, you'd expect them to just steamroll and get a beautiful, beautiful time back there. But that is not the case. It's Wamen Nagi having to defend. They need to make sure that the other side can't finish up this map.
My business.
Wamanagi going with an Ash Echo. Echo, this weird new hero I've never seen. This blue Smurf looking thing coming from Avatar. I don't know.
It's like a mixture of the Avatar and Matrix, and you know, it's like it's everything. Maybe it will steal your face one day. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's so strange, dude. I've never seen this.
I've never seen this. I would not believe my eyes with 10 million Fireflies. But Arc Daniel, look at that quick one there. Sticky bombs, 21% already. Good tech on for Wamen Nagi to get the duplicate, because it's a mighty hard ultimate to get if you're not consistent. But Lone looking for the punish, and Arc has to get the hell out of there immediately, but will not be able to do so. Too ambitious for my own liking.
They're pushing up forward, denying that res. So now it's a 5v6. Going for the dive. It's a 4v6 now. I don't think Wamanagi can hold this.
Yeah,
now it's 3v6, going, gone.
Oh my god, the numbers for Washed Up Homie is so quick on the executes. And this is what the dive here from the Winston entails. It's not really about making chaos per se on your own. It's just making sure that the positioning of the opposition is in a bad spot. And we've seen this from Washed Up Homies multiple times. Lone is just able to make miracles out of that Roadhog. He got the hook there onto Arcdano, who was a little too ambitious for his own liking. And in all honesty, the Echo giving that point just for free.
They really just snowballed that one pick. And now, they're coming out on the streets of Eichenwalde. And they're on the McCree now.
Yeah, Serhonos turning over to the McCree instead. Wants to go for the shots against K and that Pharah. In the meantime, though, it seems like for Washed Up Homies, you're going to be playing onto the downturn instead. And Sun going to be throwing that fire grenade to Boot. Ambi, though, over to the left-hand side. Here we go right now with the Roadhog going to be turned into. And Arc Daniels wants a little bit of revenge against Lone so far. He decides to change targets, though, when he knows that the Roadhog can't really do anything in this fight. And Wamen Nagi putting a big stop to this push on to the front lines.
It's the second time this entire like fight actually that Free got caught out as a Genji being overly ambitious. But Kronos is really just playing the Ditskin right now, playing this sideline.
That is available though here for Kronos. Here we go with the Brown Rage from Ambi as well. He's looking for a little bit more on the beat down. He puts the McCree to the corner, but just doesn't work out. And Wamen Nagi 2.0 trying to survive into this one. Shatter is available. Here we go with the push right now, and it's Lone out in front again. The Roadhog though backing on that Arcdaniel in the meantime with another kill. And Wamen Nagi 2.0 just looking absolutely stellar so far in this game. They finally find a little bit more of footing onto the second point. They got their push onto the 3 points on the attack, and at least this is a little bit of the shade of Wamen Nagi that we are accustomed to in the New Wave Invitationals.
Yeah, Watch Points right now, they need to get their either their Fire or Genji, like in a position to use their ult, lest they get grounded and pounded by this tank line coming from Wamen Nagi, coming with a Shatter and a ball ready to CC anytime. Creek goes down to Kronos, who's on the flank.
And
you might find an angle on the Fire.
And this McCree going for that channel of the Deadeye, dropping on down, and it seems like it's going to be action reel yet again. The Genji going to give chase one more time. Here comes Kado with the shots over and over and over again. But it's still Arcdaniel now turning into the Pharah instead. Rock Barrage is available already for the duplicate, but Kronos is just looking pretty on fire. And it seems like this time Wamen Nagi is just shutting down the DPS from using their ultimates at the right time. But at least for Washed Up Homies, they have those tools right now ready to go coming into this next fight.
Still a Shatter ready for Zombitch. So this could, as long as they play the joke, they could just shut the fight down right here.
And we'll be looking how this
Alright,
one's gonna
playing with
unfold.
that.
Pile driver coming on through, but Freak with a blade instead. He gets stunned up by Zombitch. And what a catch there, Danu. What a catch there from Wamen Nagi so far. Still, though, it's going to be Abby trying to clear those mines. Funtrick has made space coming in from behind. Londo with a Hul Hog just tearing apart the hamster there. And Freak has decided to turn into the McCree instead. So it's McCree versus McCree warfare. It seems like for Washed Up Homies to realize the situation. And they need a DPS that isn't so dependent on those ults. Arcana, though, with the focusing beam again. Nana Boost has been used up, and here comes Washed Up Homies pushing forward to the bridgeway.
Yeah, that fight really just Washed Up Homies collapsing on the other team through sheer ult advantage. Even though that blade was right, it still baited out, I think, the Eiffel maybe, and the Shatter, so I don't know, they still won the team fight in the end with a noble sacrifice. Arjanel's still cleaning up though.
Yeah, Narc is still in that fight, and with spawn advantage right now in favor of Wamen Nagi 2.0. They are just completely in control of this defense again. They come in from the pincer, the Echo turning it around, making a big difference on the numbers. Wamen Nagi, man oh man, they are just so looking stable so far.
Interesting to see both DPS in a backline. Now McCree nonetheless, but they still managed to pull it off with a great off angle.
The flanks from Kronos have been pretty interesting, and Freak now looking to do the same old thing as well. I mean, 44 though, on the clock here for Wamen Nagi 2.0. It is going to be duplication time here for Arctaniel as we see the Fire Strike going to get Telston over as well. And with all the ultimates online for Wamen Nagi, they have a lot of tools to work with, and Washed Up Homies is running out of time. It seems like the defending side here is trying to force out the game number 3, and with Arctaniel turning into the Echo, he will get blown up. Arctaniel turning into Far rather, my mistake there. He will get blown up back into Echo form, and Washed Up Homies now makes an opening with that barrage there.
Now it's do or die time. Almost 1 minute left. Washed Up Homies need to make a play lest they go into a tiebreaker round. And I think they're doing just that. Yeah, they're swapping. There's a McCree. I see a Tracer. Still on the Roadhog, but that's fine. They can still work off picks of that. Now they're on Moria. Alright, let's see something happen.
Yeah, Washed Up Homies.
I think they're going really for the contest.
It's a lot of swaps
no
coming
ball.
our way, that's for sure. And here we go with another hook attempt from the side of Washed Up Homies. Sloan gonna be pushing on forward one more go, and it seems like in a scenario like this for Washed Up Homies, they are just trying to go for the path of least resistance and the path of least distance. This is really good for them because they don't have to deal with Funtrick and his swoops, that's for sure. I feel gonna get set up already immediately. Arctana though has gotten the tag on because with the amplification matrix as well, and that's a fatty shatty right there from Zombie. She gets a big stun on. Wamen Nagi holding the line, and this is gonna be more up to form, up to par to what we expect. 18 seconds left. Washed Up Homies has one last chance to take this match.
Could be it. This could be the first tiebreaker for this day. First and last tiebreaker, by the way.
We'll find out that's gonna be
And
the
Arcana,
case.
he's stealing up the DPS. There's no
my
one that's
God.
gonna come to the test, dude.
No
Who's gonna make
touch.
it?
No touch. And Wamen Nagi 2.0. They get one back. The fight is not over
They bring
yet.
it back.
The match is still here, guys.
Play of the game.
The game goes over to the Winston, and seems like for Zombitch, that Primal Rage is going for the beatdown again and again and again. Goodbye to Mr. Ambi, leaps into the fray, helps out against the Roadhog, and that's all she wrote right there, right then.
Epic.
To see justice done is its own reward.
Legendary.
I am the
A lot of
champion.
charge kills. That's a lot of charge kills right there. So, Mr. Redux, what was that all about? What was that game all about?
I think they realized the weakness coming from Roadhog, especially in that second point, is that the hook can only reach so far. 20 meters, yes, but that chokes a lot. That's not even choke. That's that pathway is a lot longer than 20 meters. So they played around it, baited out the hook, and they just punished them right then and there.
Yeah.
And Arch Daniel, although he's going deep, he's still finding it's still a 50-50 toss up because he still finds these picks sometimes, and that's really important because they're on the defense.
And it's just ridiculous sometimes how the Wamen Nagi is just able to surprise in the first place. They kind of looked a little bit dicey there on control, but moving into a map like that, it just was a lot better, that's for sure. And now we are going to be going into map number 3. Wamen Nagi though has gotten another victory there. They're finally gotten their first win of the playoffs. You wouldn't expect that it took them this long to actually make it happen. But we are in do or die time for both of these teams. First seed and second seed really panning out to the best way, that's for sure. It really feels like it is that kind of grand finals approach. And as we're waiting on for Wash Up Homies to pick our escort map, this is only, I believe, as you said, this is the first time today, and it's the second time in the playoffs that we are going to be all tied up 1-1. So it's pretty interesting. We've had really really close games so far, and it has usually did amounted to 2-0, but this time it's gonna be a 2-1. We don't know who it is going to be, but all for I know is it's gonna be an amazing match to come our way next.
Yeah, this grand finals caliber match is like really living up to the hype. Like it really close fights from both ends. Even in Lijiang Tower, those they were just going back and forth, and it's still anyone's game right now. So like, yeah, could be anyone's game. Let's see what happens.
We'll be finding out soon whatever the map is going to be. But there for Wash Up Homies, it kind of felt like they keeled over for those first 2 points, right? They played more to their style, they played more to their strength on the third point, but it kind of could have been better for them if they were just able to contest a little better on both the first and the second. Wamanagi, in the meantime, they had a hot start, then they had some really good plays here and there. They had made one fatal mistake on the defense at the very opening, but they brought it back and they were able to hold really really well by the bridgeway.
Yeah, they retreated quite early, and they were able to step on the high ground, which stalled them so much time. Because that meant Watch Homies had to spend a lot of time just setting up their ults to make sure they get something out of it. And Kronos on the flank there really managed to find some great picks, and it's really coming unexpected considering how he got like 1 to 2 picks each fight when he was on the winning end. So yeah, really working out.
And seems like we are going to be getting a third map on the board, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be again a map we have seen so far. Even though we've only seen the escort map twice, this is the second time we're going to be seeing this one come, and it will be Rialto for map number 3. Now, the interesting parts about, well, Rialto is again the environmentals, the shenanigans that can be brought to the table by the waterways, but when you get a little deeper into the map, when you get to that third point, it turns into the museum instead, and that is a point of contention that maybe some teams can capitalize on. We were talking about it about Cakes last time in their second round match against Overwind, and they weren't able to do so because that was the third point is where they can really shine. In the meantime, when you're playing a divey composition, you want to be playing onto the first and second points because you want to open things up as much as possible onto the plaza, onto the waterways per se. And in a case like this, it really feels like it can be dicey. It can be anything. The thing about it though is for Wamanagi, they have shown a lot of flexibility with more dive. In the meantime, for Washed Up Homies, they can play a little bit of the tech and they have those flyers. So it really is two different components of the same map being brought to the table by two different teams.
Yeah, speaking of flexibility, Rialto is one of those maps where double sniper or double headscan actually works in dividends. Especially with the first point and second point being so open. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull out a Widow Hanzo or maybe I don't know, Widow Ash or something. Just to play off angles, because there's so many angles that these snipers can come from.
It's looking
On the defending
incredible.
end though,
Mhm.
I don't know. It could be a double bunker, it could be a double shield. But all I know is that they need shields for that first round, that first point choke. So yeah. But I think they're gonna be on the hog. Let's be real. They're still gonna be on the hog. Watch the homies.
Yeah, I think for
So
Lone he
I'm
wants to
guessing
play
hog
hero.
Arisa.
I think he wants to
Yeah,
play
he wants to
hero
play
by
hero.
this point. He knows that Hog is his best hero. It has his best chance to bring his team back. And if he needs to change, he can go for the Zarya. He can go for the Diva. I believe he can also go for the Sigma if need be. But overall, for Watch the Homies, they just want to bring out the best they can. Now for Wamanagi, it's really interesting. They don't have Timora on board. They have Kronos on in, but he's doing an exceptional job so far on filling this role. It feels like for Wamanagi they have found a little more flexibility in them. They have a few more comps up their sleeve, and they do need to perform today because this is a elimination match. And even though we highly miss Timora, Kronos, and Arctanel are doing a really good job, especially also Arc has showed up with the Echo, right? He's getting these kills out of nowhere, and an Eichenwalde, I think he really led the charge there for many parts of that game.
Yeah, the focus fire from Wamen Nagi is like way better than Watch Up Homies. And with the addition of the Echo E, burning down any player less than 50% health, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just way better, especially considering the comp that Watch Up Movies was running tends to be very squishy and dependent on the tanks and healers to like do work and keeping the team above 50% HP. So the burst fire as well as the focus fire coming from Wamanagi is just really good, and that's what won the map.
It seems like yeah, a little bit of break here from Wamanagi. Couldn't hold it in anymore, and they were like, "OMG, this is our third map. We need to be completely ready for this one." But we are gonna be going back to the game very very shortly. This is our third map for this best of three, and Rialto is a great one to showcase. It's Wamanagi though on the defense first. It will be the side of Wash Up Homies on the attack. And it seems like both of our teams are getting ready to go. No substitutions whatsoever. No changes whatsoever on the roles. And this is going to be the final configuration of these two teams. Rialto is our city. And this is going to be our map. Let's move into the game. The canals are awaiting us, Mr. Redux. And we'll find out who's going to be taking a dip, taking a plunge, and taking it over to move on to the next part of the lower bracket.
I think it's interesting that Wamanagi chose to defend first, especially after just winning that last map. Because usually when you're on a roll, you want to keep up the momentum as much as possible by going on the attack and just rolling all 3 points and then finally settling down on the defense. But the fact that they chose defense first shows that they're ready to play smart and methodical. They want to play it slow, and they just their heads in the game basically.
Ready for
Yeah,
battle.
get your heads again
Yeah, like
right
I said,
there.
it's a double hit scan. Sombra, finally, Sombra Widow.
That's
Okay,
interesting.
I like it.
That's interesting because when you see a Sombra pick like that, you're looking into trying to get a little bit more of utility rather than pure damage, and we'll be looking into how Team Washed Up Homies is gonna be playing this one out since it's gonna be really really decisive if an EMP push happens and they're able to capitalize on it on the best degree. Maybe a little bit of scouting to especially get the circumnavigation on. Arctainer though playing the Echo this time rather than the Pharah that you see for standard on a map like this, and maybe just maybe they're trying to make sure that they have a little bit of the hack action against a Pharah. Brig Ana though here for Washed Up Homies, and they are going to be pushing forward into the bridgeway already.
Right now we're just waiting it out, waiting for the Sombra to scout everything out. I think they're calling the comp like right now. You're like, yo guys, it's running an Ana as well as a Zarya Ryan. Let's play aggressive. Don't let them get too much space onto us. Okay, that Sombra was just for scouting.
Yeah,
They're going on double hit scan. Alright.
I don't think K looking pretty comfortable on that Sombra per se. Couldn't really find a target of opportunity there, and decides to go over to the McCree instead for more direct damage. But Washed Up Homies playing the Roadhog again onto the left side flank. Zombie front trick throw working together with the Ryan Zarya out in front. And it's pretty much your plaza entrance defense here on Rialto. Absolutely standard. You want to go for a few swings here and there. Kronos in the meantime gonna get that takedown again. And Wamanagi has gotten the pick off against Freak after Vigilance did fall down. So even though there's less healing, Wamanagi can keep it up. Kronos giving chase, trying to get rid of K, but it's just not happening. Arctainer will go down instead. Here comes the push though. Sun getting in the face of the Zarya, and this time Wamanagi just keeling on over because Washed Up Homies has gotten the push that they need.
Yeah, just so much value being made from the Widow. That one pick, although she died right after, is still very important because it made all the healing go to the Ana. Like all the pressure was on the Ana, and he couldn't heal everyone. He dropped Arch Daniel, and now they cap point.
Oh my god, and Vigilance is to the floor. Dana boosts onto the Mercy to keep him alive. Kronos in the meantime has gotten two so far, and Wamanagi turning things around, but it's a little too late. That point has been taken, and by this point in time, it's Wamanagi going for a basic spawn camp instead. They need to be very careful though. Will they cross the bridge back? Will they get staggered? We'll find out soon, because Wamanagi is sticking with their guns and sticking alive by the payload itself.
Yeah, Watch Out Movies, they're playing for the point advantage right now. Like if they want to take a brawl, they're making it on their terms. And that's a fat fat anti, but it's not gonna get much.
Oh my god, Ambi has gotten two though with a bull on over with that charge. Zombich in the meantime going for his own kind of pin, but it just doesn't work out because Lone is there yet again. This Road Dog still so impressive, still so domineering in so many ways, and he just finds a way to instill fear into you every single time with that Road Dog.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Wamen Nagi, I think they're really buying their time. They're waiting for a guaranteed fight win almost with the Zarya grab, as well as a Brig. Okay, it's gonna go down.
Arc Daniel
Not that
doing.
much.
It seems like for Arc, he's always doing these random ambitious things, and it hasn't really worked out here for the side of Wamen Nagi so far. Lone though taking a nap there, gonna get caught out by the Bio Grenade, and Funtrick will get that taken out instead. Wamen Nagi right now still staying on though as much as possible, and this is still gonna be the blue hand side holding on for dear life. Arc Daniel now gonna be going down. Wamen Nagi still holding on though to the closer quarters here.
Yeah, I think Archdaniel copied the Brig there without knowing the true purpose of having Brig in this area is to have her heal behind the corner so that he can keep brawling. But he wasn't able to find that. He went too deep.
And Gravity Surge is available here for Funtrick. Zombich in the meantime going for a few swings here and there. And here comes Wamen Nagi whipping out 1-2, and that's gonna be it. Blade coming on through into the Graviton Surge. Pretty cleanly done there by Wamen Nagi so far. And they're just able to get that team kill again. So finally, it's just a choke point this time for Wamen Nagi that works out to their best kind of instances.
Yeah, great ult execution from Wamen Nagi. We saw the grab's already there. It's fat. They don't need the nano blade. They just go for the dry blade. Now
Graviton
I think
is free, honestly.
opting for a Winston now. It honestly is a free win.
Yeah.
At this point.
And
Archdaniel gonna go down again.
oh no.
This can't keep happening, dude.
Yeah,
Not like this.
Always overextending there for Mr. Archdaniel, and Kay is just having the time of her life. Has gotten 3 kills so far, looking for a little bit more
We got
onto the
4.
support line, and that's gonna be
6
5. That's 5 right there, Mr. Redux. The 6 there onto Kronos at the end, and Washed Up Homies opens that one up in the best way possible.
Archdaniel really being the Achilles heel of his team, if I gotta be honest. He's extending way too much, not finding enough value with those overextends.
Yeah, but finally, there's the touch here from Funtrick. Bob gonna get thrown on over. Big nade though coming on through. Zombich trying desperately to get the shatter on, but this time, Washed Up Omis getting a little bit more of the push, and they have gotten that second point. They finally move on through the halfway mark. Here comes Kronos turning into the May instead. It's May Reaper time onto the inside, and unlike this pick from Wamen Nagi, they just have to be careful where exactly they will fight in.
Yeah, flashbacks to a couple metas ago. We got the May Reaper, we got the Batiste, and I don't know, it's making me nostalgic. But yeah, Ambi with a great shatter box. I don't think Zombich has gotten a good shatter all game.
Just not
Now
happening.
Ambi has just been on point. He's on point today.
These are not happening, especially on that second point. There's a few hits here and there, but it really feels like Ambi has just been on a mission. There we go with the shatter again. Zombich to the floor. 1-for-1 trade so far. Here we go with the pin though from Zom, and he's trying to get a little bit more. Still though, Prime Rage has been populated though, and he's trying to get the beat down though onto Kronos. That Soldier 76 will fall down, but still the advantage in favor of Wamen Nagi. And as we are looking into their composition, they go over the Soldier 76 and the Doomfist instead. Never mind, it's the McCree. Wamen Nagi cannot pick what DPS duo they want in this map.
Line in the back line, Funtrick was on the ball, distracting both supports. So both tanks up in the front line just got bursted down because there's no healing. And yeah, they keep resetting their heroes, just resetting their auto copy, which I don't like. But maybe there's a reason to the method, you know? There's
Yeah.
a method to the reason.
Method to the madness itself, just making sure that your ult economy is primed and ready. But here we go right now with a little bit of the push again. Lone gonna be able to get that takedown onto Archdaniel.
Picked up again, side face.
It seems like it's just the standard here so far of the series, and Lone another takedown this time out the Funtrick. A little bit of a gamble here for Wamen Nagi. Funtrick a pretty decent Roadhog, but it just isn't pretty much Lone or Milson's level. Here comes Washed Up Homies going for the push again. Freak has gotten 2 so far with the Bob. Easy Tidings with really good positioning, and they are just cleaning up house again and again and again. Opening now made. Funtrick gonna be going for the power driver. Goes for the contest, gets pinned up immediately by the side of the Reinhardt. And yes, Washed Up Homies finishing up this map. A minute 34 on the clock.
I can't keep doing these sack plays because he's on defense. If that was on offense, that would be fine because the recent timers are relatively short. But on defense, it takes like a good 10 seconds at least just to get back in the fight.
And even more so, especially if you're coming from far. You're coming really far off from the spawn, and it just feels like for the side of Wamen Nagi, they need to respect what Washed Up Homies is trying to do in the first place. Anyway though, a minute 34. And Washed Up Homie still a pretty good time bank, if I may say so myself, is the Redux.
Yeah, but still very doable for Wamen Nagi if they're able to put if they're able to get momentum like straight away in these first few points.
Ready for battle.
So they're going for a bunker shot, which is very interesting. I'm guessing that they aren't expecting the fire anymore, coming from K.
Yeah, we'll find out, because Sombra has been brought on out, which is interesting though, because for the side of Washed Up Homies, you'd want to play that Farah on Rialto, right? It's really one of those best maps where you able to dominate onto the rooftops every single time. And in a scenario like this, Wamen Nagi deciding to whip out a potential pirate ship situation instead. Kronos is on the Bastion, we have the Ryan Orisa, and this is going to be pretty interesting to say the least, if this is going to be the way it goes coming into this fight.
Yeah, you know, when in doubt, bunker it out, and that's what they're doing on this escort offense. Double shield. This Bastion is the president, dude. He's the president of the United States of Wamen Nagi.
Indeed, and I for one pledge allegiance to the flag of having ramen every single day. Kronos though is pushing forward with the payload, of course. He's not pushing himself, it's the rest of the team making sure that that is going to be happening. Here comes the peek here from Ambi, and that's not what you wanted to. There is no support whatsoever against the Bastion. For Washed Up Homies, they need to coordinate. They need to make sure that they go onto this Bastion at the same time. And it seems like it's just not happening. Lone also going to get staggered there. Here comes Sun next on the list. It's still not going to be enough, even with a big nade there, courtesy of Blue. And Wamen Nagi sets up onto the point. And here we go, yet again.
Yeah, this point's as good as lost, especially since they don't have any super mobile characters to contest last minute. So they should just back up right now, at least get high ground before the Bastion does.
They need to be going as 6. They need to make sure that everything is a-okay together. And it is going to be time for Wamen Nagi to get the first capture. So quickly done in this one.
And now it's Lone on the receiving end of that environmental kill. And now there's a fire uncontested with the exception of his Ash, but he's not in a good position to do so.
And Archdaniel going to be able to catch out K there. That's Sombra. Unable to really find any kind of openings in the first place. Far though, up on top again. Rock Barrage is available already. And for Wamen Nagi 2.0, they are going to be trying to get a little bit more out of this one. Freak though has kind of found out because there. Boop into the hold. Kind of a little bit of a mix and match there from Wamen Nagi. They're going for the push-pull approach. Here comes Kronos though again with a takedown. And this is a really good spot, honestly. For Washed Up Homies, this could have been the best engagement here. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't work out because tank mode comes online. And Wamen Nagi is just snowballing still from this push.
EMP to secure that fight, because now there's just an open area that the Bastion can reign free in, as well as that Farah. They need to pull something out like right now.
And you know,
Unless they just go all the way.
oh, the shatter into the EMP. It does get some big ones there. CC completely on point right now for Washed Up Homies. So they will have a good chance at this. Bob gonna get on the board again. Freaking Lone getting those takedowns one more time. And this time, Wamen Nagi is gonna get beaten on back. That EMP was the game changer. As soon as everyone was in position, there came the collapse. And finally, the Bastion play has been stopped.
15 meters on the point. That was a nail biter. That was close. Now they're swapping to the McCree as well as the Farah. Looking to find out that Sombra. Honestly, if you're Sombra right now, you get your job, you should swap off right now.
Yeah, it seems like
But,
it's
I
either
think they're
K.
sticking around.
I think if Kate is gonna be playing the Sombra, she needs to be basically looking for these EMP batteries. She can't just like hang back like this and wait for an opening. There's no one really to hang back for. And he, as the rock barrage comes from Archdaniel, he already gets one out as Lone will get taken down. Next on the list gonna be that Ash. Here comes the push though from the side of Wamen Nagi as Sundance get rid of one with Coalescence. And even though Washed Up Homies has a lot of healing to work with, it's still not gonna be enough because of these direct hits doing too much there. And that's a little bit of the problem with the Sombra. You're not a pretty pure DPS. Your machine pistol does some good damage, sure, but you need to make opportunities for yourself. And hanging back like that is just not the best way to go about things.
Sombra, like a brawl character, really isn't helping them right now because they just lack so much damage onto the intense healing coming from Wamen Nagi.
That Mercy and the Batiste, especially the fact that the eye field exists. And the Sombra needs to make sure he either gets the hack on the map first, or he get the hack onto the eye field, or break the eye field per se, to really help out that team. EMP though gonna be coming online soon, so at least for K, it's been a pretty good push there using that machine pistol to the best degree. But here comes the invisibility right now. Looking to get in position. EMP gonna be getting 4 right there, right then. And we'll see right now with the shatter coming online. It's Punch Trick to the floor there. Or Rayside Roadhog though, looking for a little bit of push. Rocket Barrage right now from Arcado, trying to make it a turnaround play. But it just doesn't pan out because Lone has gotten 2 so far. Bob gonna be there as well. Damage has been done already by the side of Washed Up Homies. And they will hold on again to this last point.
Yeah, that was a scrappy loss on Wamen Nagi's part, but there's still a silver lining in that they pulled out some good ult trades there. And now they have a Shadow to work with. They're coming up on a Supercharger as well as a Deadeye. And they're running a Fire and the Ash. There's not much they can do about that.
Matrix here from Kuz can't back a punch, especially with Kronos with a Deadeye coming in from behind. And as you say, here for the side, watch the homies. What a snipe though from Ambi.
With a snipe again.
Oh my god, he is just lining those up and making it look really easy. So watch the homies right now doing all they can and more. Here we go again though with a little bit of the brawl. Shatter right now coming on through, puts the floor, but Zombitch is back in this fight, finally bringing someone over. It's Lone all the way in behind, Sun though with the Coalescence 2 boots, and it seems like the Beam trying to save that Roadhog for a rainy day. Watch the homies right now, has to disengage a little bit though. Kronos has catch out Ambi there, and the tank line is gone. It's time for the defense to come on back to the inside world.
I think the right area in that choke, but the tanks went a little too aggressive and they just got caught out. If the tanks were still there, they could have held this easily.
No front
it is
line.
what it is.
No front line, and what a shutdown there from the attacking side. Wamen Nagi right now, 2:25 on the clock. They still have some good time, but they are running out of it. They need to make sure this next push is decisive, and starting things off against K with the focusing beam is going to be the first step into this one. Resurrection though coming into play. Kronos right now trying to get that Deadeye on after Kuz with the Amp Matrix. But the problem with an ultimate like that, if you're not protecting it, it's not going to pan out too well. Arctina though turning into the Pharah instead. Gonna get turned back into the Echo here. And now, Amp Matrix, no more. That's going to be the focusing beam instead to get even more of that takedown. K with the direct hit as well. And Wamen Nagi beaten on back again by this Bob. They really don't want to push on through from the frontal ports. And they are going to be backing on out instead.
Yeah, the Shatter we Shatter, but Watch Point still has a barrage coming up, and that's so crucial in this fight. Because there's only so many things that tanks can do about this in this particular choke point.
And they're just waiting, they're just watching, they're looking for opportunity, and they're making sure that they have Wamen Nagi on their toes. It's now advantage here for Wash Up Homies. They have a minute 34 on the clock compared to the 120, and with the Rocket Barrage still in the hands of K, we'll find out if this can make key difference here. Vigilance so with the Valkyrie already, Wamen Nagi pushing on forward, beautiful hook though catching out the Reinhardt there, but the eye field is even better from Kuz. Now the gadget is gone, and Wamen Nagi has to back on that. Shatter coming on through from Ambi again, and Ambi baby gonna be happy at that one, but Zombish with a counter charge. Wamen Nagi putting up a fight still, and they are in position to try and get the take, but the trades are coming and coming and coming here, Redux.
Yeah, they're going deep. Wamen Nagi gets the res, and this could be important. That's an Amp Matrix that could shut down Fire anytime. The Fire, no barrage.
Oh my god,
And
flashback
now,
coming
this
in
is
through.
Wamen Nagi trying to win. It's a
Nope.
Deadeye coming in.
Look
Not
at
gonna find
this.
much. They are finding
Kronos
a crucial pick.
is on the side here, Redux, and Freak does get clashed there, but Freak in the meantime does get rid of Archdaniel, and Bob is the best player you can have on your team. 29 seconds left. Wamen Nagi has to reset right now, or else all is lost.
Or that for Wamen Nagi. This could be their last map, their last hurrah. And they've got no ults.
Oh
There's
my
no ults
God.
on their team. They're expecting a Fire Barrage as well as a whole hug. This could be disastrous.
It's
This could even be
a calamity.
calamitous.
Great minds think alike, but here we go with Wamen Nagi right now, pushing forward one last time. Will the Soup Squad be on to get this go? But what a push with a whole hog, and our first seed is eliminated from the tournament. Washed Up Homies takes it 2-1. And what a debut here from Washed Up Homies, tearing up a warpath on the lower bracket after forfeiting on Monday.
A great way of playing methodically. They were just punching off the hell. Every time we went deep, they were playing defense. They knew who's gonna come for them. They just shut them down each and every time, and they took the 5-6 every time. And they just won each fight because of that.
And we have our matches for tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten who we need to be gotten for our next day of games. And Freak getting those votes there. Wamen Nagi 1 interview. Ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff from Wash Up Homies. That defense on the third point looking so solid.
Still, a great effort coming from Wamanagi, even though they didn't perform up to par with what we usually expect from the first seed who went on a golden streak. That's just fine. You know, there's still something for their fans to be proud of.
Yeah, everyone should be proud of that. And it really feels like when you're playing against Waminagi, there is a chip on your shoulder. And this time, Washapomi is able to scrub it off. And Waminagi actually going to be ending on a low end here in our bracket. But they they were absolutely impressive in the regular season. They were really the golden standard of the New Wave Invitationals, and they deserve that perfect record. But this time here in the playoffs, it seems like everyone upping the ante to the next degree. And overall, it really just turned into washed up homies eking it out. It was a 2-1 victory. It was a hard fought battle. And it could have gone either way. But the soup now going down to the soap. And we have our lower brackets right there, ladies and gentlemen. It is gonna be time to say goodbye to Waminagi, to Ube Server, and to Watch. Our first three eliminants here and now. Tomorrow, our matches are gonna be Cakes and Wash Up Homies, as well as the battle, the duel between, of course, whoever is gonna be winning out that first bout versus Overwine. And listening to that bracket, Mr. Redux, anything amazing, anything you're looking forward to tomorrow?
Man, that backtick was anything but predictable. So I'm not sure what we can probably expect more upsets. I guess Cake versus Wash Up Homies. It's gonna be a battle of who's gonna show up, who's gonna catch fire first, and who's gonna roll through first. For the other matches, it's still anyone's game. It could go either way for both, and I don't know, dude. I don't know anymore. Today was a wild one.
Today was a wild one indeed. I thought we were gonna get our normal seeds, but we have gotten an amazing, and I'd say it was 50-50, but still losing the first seed like that is always a sight to behold. So we are gonna be getting an interview with the side of Waminagi, and it will be Mr. Funtrick yet again, their team captain. So hello, Funtrick. And before anything else, amazing effort there, especially on Eichenwalde. Can you talk me through how you guys
Yes.
defended, especially on the bridge? What do you think was the advantage there for Waminagi on that specific spot?
In Eigenwald,
Yeah.
well, we played a dive comp in Eigenwald, so well in the bridge part, not really. We Arc's Echo was able to get early picks, and we were able to snowball a lot from those early picks, pressure the backline. Since they have to walk a long way to get to where the bridge was, we had lots of time to plan where they were gonna flank, what we can do to react to when they're flanked, and yeah, that's what we did with Eichenwald.
Hey, always a good sight to see. But let's go down to the nitty
Mm.
gritty. So close,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's just not enough. So what happened? There's one major question as everyone is asking: where is tomorrow? What happened today?
Uh, Timora's here, but the ping, it's not that good. Timora's ping isn't that good.
Oh.
It's going 200, 200 plus. He can't play consistently. That's why we put Kronos in.
And it was very
Yeah,
very good effort, especially for Kronos. It's in
yeah,
knowing that it's like a
yeah,
Genji meta, but what could have been
yeah.
sometimes not having the Timura show being in your elimination match. But hey, gods do fall, and if looking at how
Yes,
your
it's
opponent,
okay.
look at how your opponent played, what did you think that the Wash Up Homies do better? What did they do well in that match?
They practiced as a team better. That's same with meme court yesterday. You can tell that they practiced and worked hard to get the win. Uh, to tell you honestly, our team we didn't practice as much due to other circumstances. Some don't play Overwatch as much as they used to because of other games, but I don't blame them. It's okay. It's okay. We still
It's
had
okay.
lots of fun play. We had lots of fun even today.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
What's your
it's sad
what
that
was your
we
general
weren't able
mindset?
to.
Like, what was your
Well,
general mindset like going into the game and like
okay,
now coming out of the game? Um,
let's see. General mindset was, yeah. Let's see. These guys might have practiced more than us, but let's still do our best. We'll still play as best as we can. Unfortunately, our best still wasn't enough.
yeah. Pretty
That goes to show that you really do need to practice if you want to maintain. And it's actually it's nice to see that the caliber for the, what do you call
the
this,
playoffs.
skill in Overwatch, yeah, the
Yeah.
playoffs is actually increasing. So it's good to see that everyone stepped their game. Sad to say, yeah, we can't stay at the top forever.
Yeah. Especially you always gotta be training right there. And hey,
Yep.
Wamanagi had
Yep.
an amazing run in the regular season. The playoffs kind of
Yes.
faltering off there, but there are always the flashes of brilliance that brought you guys back to that regular season form. And if I were to ask you about Wamanagi and what their identity is after everything, what do you feel like was the best that Wamanagi could have brought out on the table, like in terms of roster, in terms of like composition? What truly defines Wamanagi into the game?
This game, um, we're just playing for fun. That's all we do. We play for fun. We we played as much as we can. That's why you can see that Arc or some other players go through some interesting routes or flanks that isn't that isn't what you would say meta, but in the end we still had lots of fun.
And I'm glad you guys had a
That's awesome.
great time. I'm glad you guys had an
Yeah.
enjoyable run. And overall, we had 3 months of like the New Wave Invitationals. It has been an amazing showcase. And any favorite moments for Wamanagi? You guys had the perfect record. You guys have made history,
Yeah.
and that's something that no one can
Yeah.
ever take away from you.
Favorite moments. Well, the favorite, I guess that's the favorite moment when we got the last to win in the invitationals to seal the no loss streak. Yeah. Actually,
28-2.
we also didn't expect that we'd uh, have a zero loss streak. So this is pretty fun.
It's great to hear. It's honestly great to hear that you guys had a great time in the New Wave Invitationals.
Mm.
And hey, it's really just all about that. We all know about Wamanagi. They are really the best with the
Yeah.
potential. They're really
oh,
best into execution. Also, they can just destroy you on any given day.
Yes.
Just is the I guess today
Yes.
just isn't that day, but there were those flashes. This wouldn't be a 2-1. This wouldn't be as close as it could be. And it felt like it really was a first seed versus second seed grand finals right there. But the score doesn't
Hmm.
lie. Watch up, homies, proving themselves, and
Yes.
I'd say Funchix. That's the power of the baby. That's the power of a baby right there, bro. It's yeah, some
Uh,
washed up homies, something to prove, And
yes.
Wamanagi is just one of their
Uh,
stops there. And
yeah.
it's
Don't get me wrong. They deserve that win.
they did.
Both those guys. They even meme core. They all deserve that win. So congrats to them.
Even gracious
Hoping
to
to see an
see.
interesting finals. Yeah.
Yeah, and so many people still. There's still half of the team still red. We got Cakes, we got Wash of Homies, we got Overwine, and we got Meme Guard waiting at the end. So even though we say goodbye to our first three, it's been incredible to have you guys in this journey. And Redux, any questions you got for Funtrick left?
stuff. Do you have any bets on who's gonna make the grand finals among the other teams?
Ooh. Who are left to fight each other? I mean,
Yeah.
who's next, Max?
Okay, so actually, this is perfect time to show it on screen because Funchik is asking. So tomorrow, guys, our lower bracket still continues. It is gonna be an 8 p.m. match of Cakes versus Wash Up Homies, and then after that, we will have the lower bracket finals, which will be Overwine versus whoever wins that match. whoever wins all throughout tomorrow will be meeting Meme Court on Friday for the grand finals, which will
Ooh.
be a best of 5, and that is going to be our remaining teams. Our first seed is gone, but our second seed, our third seed, our fourth seed, and our seventh seed are still in the running.
So yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know who's gonna be able to make it since like I don't know how much practice they've done. So there could be more upsets left before the whole tournament ends.
Anything can
It's
happen.
gonna be very fun. Yeah,
It's
anything
anyone's
can happen.
game.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's what Overwatch is all about. Just being up to par with your play, working as a team, and just being ready all throughout. So fun trick. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time. Thank you for just basically leading Wamanagi to an amazing regular season and keeping them up in the playoffs as well. Now the floor is all yours. Any shout outs you want to say before we wrap things up?
I'd like to shout out Shireen again and
Woo!
all of my what do you call this teammates for helping us get this far. Even though we lost the we lost first seed, doesn't mean it's the end. Play Overwatch with me, guys, please.
Bring it back. It's a rallying call
Yes.
right here. It's a little bit of a wake
Yeah.
up call in all honesty. And hey, if we get another edition of this thing, it might be time to see another run of that perfect record. Wamanagi,
Yeah.
an incredible, incredible team. They've always been in the scene, guys. You know, Wamanagi is that team that kind of stays in the scene because it's like, hey, we play for fun. We play together because we love playing with each other. But they have such good chemistry,
Mm.
high caliber play, high octane, and they really impressed all throughout our regular season. And even though the playoffs they didn't do as well in terms of results, they always gave us great games against the best opponents. So there you go, Fun Trick. Thank you for your time, and thank you for Wamanagi and their participation.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, buddy. So there you go, guys. That is going to be Fun Trick spitting a zoo as well as Team Wamanagi. And before we sign off, Redux, let's just quickly look at that recap of those 3 maps. Lijiang Tower and Rialto taken by Washapomi's Eichenwalde being split onto the difference with Wamanagi taking that one. But Washed Up Homies proving themselves to be the ones ready to go. They are hungry from the lower bracket. They have really climbed their way to the top of the tower, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the grand finals if they keep up this form. But they still have some tasks ahead of them. It's gonna be Cakes. It's gonna be their supposedly first round opponents, Overwine, if they make it to that lower bracket finals. But looking back into this match, what can you say? What had Washed Up Homies had in their arsenal versus Wamanagi?
Well, I don't know. Like this match was crazy. Like everyone expected what meme for this Wamanagi to show up and just stomp. But they had a chip on their shoulder. Watch up, homies. They did, and they had something to prove, and they proved it. And they have a long road ahead, but I'm confident that they'll make it.
It's very very difficult, that's for sure. They have to be the ones with the most total wins in all honesty in the whole bracket. But if there is a team that could do so, then it will be them. Now, this is the interesting part, guys, because we are going to be also ranking the playoffs as we did in the regular season. And we'll just quickly show you guys the regular season standings right here. And this is from the regular season, Wamanagi first seed all the way to Vexit 8, with only 7 teams participating in the playoffs. And since we got some eliminations already, there we go already with some of our standings. In 5th and 6th, pretty much tied up. It's Wamanagi and Uwatch. On 7th place is going to be Uba Server there. And it's so surprising to see that name all the way down below. It's also incredible to have all of these upsets throughout the brackets. And hey, we still got some great matches coming our way. As we said, while we're talking the Fun Trick, tomorrow's matches are going to be Cakes versus Washed Up Homies, and then Overwine versus whoever wins that one. On Friday, it will be our grand finals. And Redux, any predictions, any expectations, any things you want to watch out for coming into the next few days?
If they taught me anything, is that the lower seed always wins. So whoever's lower seed in each match, they're gonna win.
I'm looking at the bracket right now, and it is
So I'm looking at Overwine. I'm looking at you. You're gonna
Overwine.
win everything.
They're gonna win it. They're gonna win it all. They're gonna get redemption from the
Yeah.
upper bracket semifinals. But It has been
Yeah.
absolutely amazing, guys, this day. Even though there have been so many technical issues for the first time, but we were able to get some great quality games from our players, and it's great to have Redux back in Overwatch. Even though it's just like a 1 day thing, it's he's always been the one who's a little aloof, but he's like, okay, I'll come back. Don't worry, guys, I'm
I'll
here
come
for
back.
you.
Don't worry about
And
it.
this is him pulling off the curtain, and he's here, he's now, and it's been a great time not only with his commentary but with his lighting as well. And Redux, anything you can say
Thanks.
about the whole NWI experience, even though you weren't really keeping tabs too much on it, you still had that info. You still had knowing ons with what's going on.
Yeah, I've been watching like from behind the scenes actually, and I think it's been a pretty great success actually. Like more so than I expected. And it's been a lot more fun just to see like all these teams like raise up their ante like bit by bit, day by day. And I'm really like hopeful for the future of Philippine Overwatch now.
Yeah, it's
So
like it's gonna be incredible. I know all our teams will be needing to hit that grind if they do want to pursue things in the region, that's for sure, especially with what's going on. But hey, at least we've given them that platform. We've done like a quarter of a year just for them to train it out. And with a
yeah,
10K prize pool, it's really anyone's game, a lot of motivation to win it all out, not just bragging rights, but just to get a little bit of the money, a little bit of that title, and be the best that the New Wave Invitationals can bring. So Redux, it's time for your floor. Since, as we said, we want to have that rotating caster schedule, this might be the last time we will see you on the broadcast. So, anything you want to say to the audience, anyone you want to say anything to before we hop on, Nats?
I'll see you next time.
Ah.
There will be a next time.
Wow, Redux actually gonna be showing up there. So already a vote of confidence. I'll see you in TF2, buddy. But hey, it's been an absolutely great night of games. I'll be looking to fix out whatever was causing those OBS issues. I have no idea why. As the first time I've ever seen that. And hey, it is what it is. But last check, one more go. This is our bracket for tomorrow. Cakes, Watch the Homies, and then Overwind versus whoever wins that will be advancing to the grand finals. You will be on your toes checking that one out. So stay tuned, stick around. We start at 8 p.m. as per usual, and this has been the New Wave Invitationals. It's been a really good showcase of the Philippine Overwatch scene. And I've been Dax, he's been Redux, and we'll be seeing you guys into the next one.
Yeah.